I am so excited. Like it's actually like stupid how excited excited I
I
feel.
can't wait to see what you are. I
I
genuinely have no idea.
oh,
Oh, what?
oh my God. I okay.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess what we'll have to do like on the count of three. So it'll be like one, two, three, and then on. Yeah.
For the camera? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
for our first video podcast. Okay.
One,
One, two,
two, three.
three.
Oh my God, you look
Oh
amazing.
my God.
Do you
Oh,
like my mask?
this is awesome. Oh my,
Yeah. Do you like my mask?
I do. It's
I
terrifying me, but I love
I've
it. And
got another
you've got,
one on underneath. Do you want to see it?
yes.
Do you like my mask? I've got another one. Oh my God, you do look fucking
Oh
amazing.
my God, Amy. That was incredible. My God, your makeup. My God. Oh, wow. I did not have Tiger on my list.
No.
Absolutely magnificent, though. Like,
Halloween is coming, the goose is getting fat.
please put a penny in the old man's hat.
If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do.
If you haven't got a heapney, well, shame on you.
Yay! Welcome
Yay!
to Are We Witches at Halloween. I'm Sarah
Halloween.
Drummond.
I'm Lisa Marmur. I'm actually a mushroom, but don't.
You're actually a mushroom. I'm actually a tiger.
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I won't be referring to you as Sarah today. I'll be referring to you as Tiger.
Okay, mushroom.
Yeah.
I've never seen you look this happy.
I don't think I've ever been this happy.
You look amazing.
Thank
Truly
you. Look
amazing.
amazing.
Thanks.
Oh, I want to scratch you behind your
Oh,
ears.
well, yeah, but I tried to make it a bit spookier because I am technically a
A
ghost of a tiger.
ghost of it. What happened to the tiger
Climate
that you're a
change.
ghost of?
Climate
Climate
change.
change.
There's nothing scarier than climate change. So
Oh,
got some cobwebs in here. There might be some fake blood later.
oh, amazing. Don't
Yeah.
wreck your onesie though. Did you have that onesie in the closet?
I did not know this was a specially procured onesie
Oh,
for
magnificent.
Halloween.
I love it. I
Did you
love it.
celebrate Halloween much as a kid? Like, were you a mushroom this time of year?
No,
Past yonder? No?
no, because in my childhood, um, like very late 70s and 80s, like Halloween wasn't really here yet in Australia.
Hmm.
It was kind of the thing that you'd see in movies that American kids would do. And I guess like there were kind of, a few people would like you dress up or whatever, but trick or treating didn't really become a thing, I think, until more
Hmm.
recently, unless I just wasn't ever invited to trick or treating, which could
For
have been
sure.
the
No, no,
case.
no.
So I don't
Definitely
know.
not.
But I love Halloween. And as an adult living in the States, I really got into it, like, really got into it. And I just, I miss that aspect of the States a lot, is how
Mm.
fun Halloween really is and how the decorations are so incredible. Around here, people do them. I mean, we've got some pretty cool stuff around this neighborhood. But yeah, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful celebration. But what about you? Did you go trick or treating? Well, you went
So,
guising, right?
yes, we called it guising. So, in the 90s in Scotland, I think we were kind of in that transitional phase of the Americanization of what was already being celebrated in Scotland.
Yeah.
So if we went to a door and just said trick or treat, we would not be getting anything because you had to do a song or a dance or some sort of performance like the song we just sang. That is from my guiding days. So if you didn't sing anything, the local Scottish folks would be like, "What do you want? What do you want
So
for free?"
would you sing that song at every door, or would you kind of have a variety of songs that you choose
There
from?
were a variety, but I'd say that one was pretty classic.
Wow. So
Yeah.
if I were to come and visit Scotland,
This is
then
Scotland.
at Halloween, and I
Uh-huh.
went to a door and sang that, everyone would be like, oh, wow, you fit
Everyone would
right
be very
in.
happy to give you some sweeties. If you went to
Mm.
a door and said trick or treat, they would probably tell you to fuck off.
Oh,
Well, I mean, they may not say that to the children, but if it was an adult going door to door
what if,
asking,
but what if I were dressed like this?
they might be surprised enough that they don't. But truly, if you're not giving them a performance in Scotland, you're not getting anything.
I think that's fair
Mhm.
enough. I
Yeah,
actually
sing for
really,
your supper.
yeah, exactly. Why not?
Yeah, yeah. Child labor, bring it back, we say.
Bring it back.
Bring it
Yeah,
back.
back. I just
Oh,
thought those little hands so nimble. Um, wow. Well, because this is new to us, this whole video situation.
mm. But
Um,
what do you mean? It's so professionally done.
I mean, hi.
Yours is spot on.
I know you'd think we do this every week, every episode, but I think we'll probably, with the trouble we
Me
have to go
posing and
to.
professional quality.
Well, then, well, maybe then we'll just kind of keep it moving along because I don't know how to edit video really yet. I'll work it
Okay,
out though.
cool.
If
I
you're
look
seeing this right
forward.
now, I've worked it out.
I mean, I think a little doo and then like if you
Yeah,
have the house tricks.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll do
yeah,
like a,
something.
there'll be a thing that
Or
says
should we
house.
hold pieces of card? Make it really high budget.
No, I'm going to put title cards. House tricks. Our first
So,
video, house tricks.
yes, this is a segment where we discuss where we've seen magic recently in our own
Mm.
lives. And Lisa, how have your tricks been?
Well, my tricks were last minute
But
because
still, like hitting the deadline.
hitting the
Yeah,
deadline, yeah, yeah. But
magic's on
we
time.
were speaking last week, and I was bemoaning the fact that once again my life had been so antithetical to magic,
Mm,
and I was really mad. I was just mad about a lot of stuff last week. Let's face it. And then, um, and I was especially grumpy because I had ordered my costume from an
mhm.
online giant evil marketplace that I shouldn't order from, but I had because I was absolutely time poor. And it was supposed to arrive today, but then I got a notification that they would in fact be arriving on the 7th of November, which does me no good at all. And I had really, really wanted to be an Amanita Mascaria.
Mhm.
So it dawned on me I'm just going to have to make the dang thing myself. So after work on Thursday night, I went down to the local fabric and crafts store, and I was standing. I kind of I went and I got the red felt and I got the lady to cut it, and the white felt, and got her to cut that, and I was kind of running around getting the rest of the stuff. I had left that at the counter with her, and I was running and getting everything else. And when I came back with another thing for her to cut, I was standing behind this little family. So there was the mum, the dad, and the most gorgeous little baby maybe ever. So
Oh,
cute in a little baby Bjorn on her mum. And she and I were like, hi, hello, like little, like
Mhm.
very young baby
Yeah, she
kind
knows
of.
what's good. She's like, here's good vibes. Hi, Lisa.
Yeah, we were having a real
Yeah.
moment. Um, and I was like kind of looking at what they were getting, their fabrics, and I just had a bit of a psychic moment, and I'm thinking, I think they're making what I'm making. They went off to get some other stuff. I stepped up to the counter, and I said to the lady behind the counter, I said, do you happen to know if they're making a mushroom hat? And she said, oh my, they are. How did you know? And I said, I just had a feeling. And she said, that's
Yeah.
incredible. That's amazing. And I was like, I know, it's a whole thing. And then they returned to the counter while I was still there. And I said, I'm making the same thing as you. And they said, what? And I said, I just knew when I looked at your things that you were making a hat. And I said, and I opened up the picture of what I was making. And she said, oh my God, it's the same thing. And the whole family were going. So it's her and her two kids. Now, the little baby's name was Goldie, which is short for marigold.
Stop.
I won't stop. I fully feel I don't know what mum's name was. She was lovely, but I did not ask her.
Marigold Senior
It's
with
like,
Marigold Junior.
yeah, right. Because it's just like with, when I meet like dogs and their owners, like the owner could be the most wonderful, amazing person, and I will not ask their name. I just it's weird. Anyway,
Yeah.
Marigold's
No, I
an
think it would be
absolute
weird
dream
to
for me.
ask their name too, like with dogs and donors at least. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
Marigold.
Marigold's mum, who's absolutely lovely, she was explaining that her and her two children were all going to be mushrooms, and the dad's going to be a garden gnome. And I was like, that's the most adorable family costume ever. But it was such a lovely, like, coinkydink, little ink, but also a little psychic moment that I felt that I
Mm-hmm.
had. Because
Oh,
really, there's a lot of
yeah.
Christmas decorations around already, and white and red can be very Christmas. So that I intuited this felt really amazing.
It felt like your mycelium networks were at play, like
Exactly.
mushrooms, like saw mushroom, like game
Exactly.
recognized game. Like I see you. You're one of
Exactly.
me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So those are my tricks. That was my little piece of magic.
That's
And of course
lovely.
I took the moment to promote the podcast. So Goldie's
Shameless
mum, if you're
self-promotion
listening,
also.
hi. It was really like lovely to meet you. And I'm sorry I didn't ask your name, but it was just so nice to meet you. And look.
Hi,
So
Goldie's mom, if you are listening. I'm sorry I didn't meet you, but I'm so happy to hear about you and your mushroom
so
costumes,
good. So good.
mushroom
So
family.
tell me, I understand that
Oh,
your tricks are many and full on,
yeah, it's felt very of the spooky season.
right?
Like, very much, being based where I am in London, this is the end of harvest, winter is coming.
Mm-hmm,
All the traditions before the grand Americanization of Halloween, like all of the traditions which started here are still following that calendar that I'm following, right? So it's
mm-hmm,
very much got that feel of like as we approach Halloween, the veil is thinning, everything seems just a little bit more magical, whether it's sparkly or steeped. So for example, on my way to work one day, there was this little black cat that I crossed paths with. Very cute. And the way it was prancing down the street, it was walking with like something of a magical step. It really did feel like, oh, there is something like otherly of that cat. It was beautiful. It was
mm.
properly prancing. And it fully used the zebra crossing looked at the traffic that was coming either way, Cars stopped for it and it just walked across the road. And I was like, all right, magical creature, it was lovely to see you. I felt very like blessed for having
Wow.
seen her. Then on my way home, I almost got hit by a cyclist on a zebra crossing. Like he looked like a very entitled young posh boy who just wasn't stopping for anything. So he was just like phew, riding on through, not slowing down, not swerving, nothing. And he happened to almost hit me as I was crossing. So I got properly like grumpy face,
Yeah.
obviously, like, how dare. By the time I reached the next crossroads, which was the
Mm.
crossroads just before the old Brompton Cemetery, he was on the ground. He'd hit a moped. I thought, like, terrible. But the guy on the moped helped him up. He was able to stand. He was able to walk with his bike, everything. So he wasn't actually seriously hurt. But I thought, like, oh my God, like literally this guy who just like, he just went straight through all of the crossroads. And I thought that was him. Fortunately, it wasn't. And hopefully that was enough of a lesson that
Mm.
he'll be more careful in future. But
Mm.
as I continued to walk, I then saw the little black cat from that morning again. And it was like this circular moment. This like little black cat who used the zebra crossing in the morning sort of blessed me on my zebra crossing. And then like I think there was a sprinkling of a blessing for this like ridiculous youth as well.
How old was this Yahoo?
Early 20s.
Mm.
He looked like a posh boy. He just yeah, posh white young man who didn't need to stop for traffic because he didn't need to stop for anything was the vibe he was giving.
Wow. Well,
But yeah.
seems like he did get the day he deserved.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. Because I was like, not hexing, not cursing after he almost hit me. But then immediately, because that was the consequence of his actions. That had nothing
Yeah,
to do with me. It was just the way he was behaving.
exactly. Karma
Yeah.
found him.
Yeah.
I'm good,
So
just
that
glad he
was,
didn't actually hurt anyone else.
yeah, I know. And so I hopefully, like I say, that was enough of a lesson that he is more careful for his own sake and for everybody else's.
Mm.
But I very much felt that the little black cat sort of like had a twinkle about her, just the circular nature of the things.
Mm.
Yeah. And well, this one is a little bit spooky again. So I work in what is certifiably a haunted house, as certifiably as a haunted house can be. I work in a place that is haunted. And I was opening up for the first time ever on my own at the weekend.
Hmm.
And the alarm system is usually very simple to unset, to disarm.
Okay.
Um, not on this day. So I can't get into the specifics because, security.
Hmm.
But essentially, what ought to have been working wasn't working. The alarms were going. We had people from like outside the college who arrived a little bit early, and they were like, witness to all of this, and the
Oh,
alarms wouldn't stop going off. And then it took me a hot minute to realize it wasn't just the burglar alarm, but also the fire alarm. And so it was messy. It was a messy
chaos.
start. Yeah, really chaos. But essentially, I was speaking to my mum about this because it was just a very difficult start to the day. And she was telling me about these Japanese household spirits
Mm.
that are called sukumogami. I'm going to try that again.
Okay.
Sukumogami. Yeah.
Tsukumogami.
Tsukumogami, household spirits. Apparently, they're mischievous. Sometimes they can be angry and actually destructive, but apparently they're like the spirits of inanimate objects. And so they can haunt things like teacups or kettles or alarm systems, say. And my mum was saying, like, maybe they were picking up on your energy if you were anxious. And
So
I was
wait, are
like,
the
so like I was alarmed. The alarms were alarmed because like they just weren't turning off.
is
What were
the
you gonna
idea that these spirits that are haunting the inanimate objects, are those spirits of people who are haunting those objects, or are they just kind of general spirits.
So I looked into it a little bit
Okay.
more, and they are spirits specific to that object. So essentially, they animate the object, and they animate the object after an object is 100 years old. Once it reaches its 100th birthday, that's when it's said in this Japanese folklore that these objects get a spirit, that they become haunted, that they get a life of their own.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the building I work in is celebrating 100 years of being there. Like the company is 100 years there, it's a centenary. And there's a lot of things which have just been acting up this year,
That's
which,
beautiful.
yeah. And so it's like these mischievous spirits, like the objects are coming to life of their own. Yeah.
Amazing.
It was a very
How long did it
difficult.
take you to get it all under control?
Well, I mean, partially didn't. Like the company actually needed to like override the
Oh,
signals because it wasn't possible to stop them. So
oh
it took a
dear.
while. And then, as it happened that weekend, the toilet stopped working, the heating stopped working. We were worried about these alarms like going off. So it was like it was a whole weekend of stuff. Next time I
Okay.
saw my boss on the Monday or the Tuesday, whenever it was, um, when I went in to like speak to them about like all of these problems and for her to like understand like how did it all go wrong so
Mm,
fast? Because like, when you're like the one there and you're
yeah.
like, I'm so sorry. This is not a reflection of who I am. These broken toilets have nothing to do with me. But I had stepped in gum on my way there. And
Oh, for
so
God's
yeah,
sake.
so I only realized when I was speaking to her and like I tried to like lift my foot off the ground to step, but I was stuck there. And I was like, okay, another brilliant, auspicious start to the day. Like, there are some tricks, some spirits at play here. And then when I got home, lovely Amy offered me a fortune cookie. And I originally thought I only got half a fortune
Yeah.
because the first bit that only came out, it was just half a fortune. It was just half the piece of paper. I was like, literally half a fortune. But it's okay because I kept digging and there was another full fortune in the fortune cookie. So I was like, 1.5 fortunes. Thank
1.5
you.
fortunes.
1.5 fortunes. I accept.
Surely that's lucky.
Yeah. So it's all turning around. So nobody
Okay. It's
panic.
all coming up roses.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just felt like there's been a lot of different energy
Mm,
around. Like, yeah, energy that's not mine, which I'm just sort of walking through.
that's very spooky, ooky, ooky.
Very spooky, very of the season.
Love it.
I
Oh
know.
my
Me
gosh.
too.
And your costume is also seasonally colored with your orange and your black. Very
Thank you.
nice. Very nice indeed.
You're also meant to be of this season, aren't you? Like the
Yes.
autumnal.
We're pretending it's not spring here. We're pretending it's autumn.
Has
Oh,
spring, has spring.
the weather's been rather autumnal. So
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So that's fine.
yeah, I
Excellent.
mean it's been bursts of heat and then freezing cold and rain and wind and
Good for
you
the
know.
cosplay, good for the mushrooms.
Exactly.
Yeah, 1.5 fortunes, we accept.
Who? What? Which?
Where?
We've reached the part of the show where we talk about the history of the topic of the day. So today, obviously, it's about Halloween. We don't dress like
Obviously.
this every day, although I might start. Um, so long before the packaged sexy nurse outfits and pumpkin spice everything, Celtic
Love pumpkin
community.
spice everything.
I see.
I
You can have
did.
it.
I did. I had a pumpkin spice matcha latte the other week. It was
Oh,
mental. That's what I
well,
thought it was going to be. I was offered one, so I didn't say no. And that's what I thought it was going to be, that
pumpkin
fake,
spice
that
and
low.
matcha.
Yeah. It had enough sugar in it that it worked. What can I tell you?
So was it just a sugary kind of milky
Yeah.
drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
It worked. Sorry. Not important.
Well, long before you were being offered drinks like that, Celtic communities, they marked the end of harvest season and the transition into the dark half of the year with Samhain. Samhain?
Hmm.
Samhain?
Sewing?
Samhain. Samhain.
Sewing. I would
Samhain.
say sewing.
Okay. Well, you would know more than me
Oh,
because
but this is a really funny sounding word, and I don't think its spelling does it any
no,
favors.
so it's spelled Samhain.
And it strikes the ear funny because it's not a sound that we're used to, doesn't it? And when you look at the
Yeah,
spelling with sort of an English speaking background, it does nothing to help you. So yeah, I would
nothing
say
at
so
all.
in. If anybody
Samhain.
wants to correct us, please write in, let us know. Don't just write in with Sam Hain though, as it is
No,
spelled,
please
because
don't.
that is not helping.
And
So in.
so aforementioned festival, it's it was kind of to celebrate this threshold time. And I love a shoulder season, and particularly
Mhm.
autumn. I'd do autumn all year round if I could, but
It's
the late summer
beautiful.
part of it kind
You
of,
like to be warm.
I like to be warm, but I like things
Yeah.
changing a little bit. Like I like the colors of autumn. Yeah.
Oh,
So
you
if I
like
could
things
just have that,
changing a
please.
little bit.
A
That's
little bit, but
interesting.
not enough to
Okay.
make me uncomfortable in any way.
Oh. Just enough
Thank
to
you.
keep it fresh.
I'm not very high maintenance at all. So Samhain is a liminal night, and when the
Mm,
barriers between the worlds are said to be their thinnest. So spirits and goblins and fairies could pass freely from the other world to this world, and the living might glimpse the other world as well on this night. So very exciting, very charged. Ooh, I love it.
yeah.
Um, Across Ireland and Scotland, great big bonfires were lit on hilltops. And in some regions, all household hearths were extinguished. And so they would go and kind of take some of the fire home from the communal bonfire and take it to relight their hearths, which I love. Did I Google about how this was actually accomplished? No. Am I really thinking about it now and going, wait, how does one transport fire in the Iron Age? Hmm.
This is like by those torches you see, right? So must, I don't know.
I
I'm now
was like thinking
guessing.
there's like these wheelbarrows and like these little fires and the people are like pushing
Oh,
them along the
I
cobblestone
was
streets. Like
thinking, but like it's probably more medieval when you see people like holding their torches with something on
you
the
are
top.
absolutely correct. That's absolutely probably what happened.
But I
But
don't
I
know.
had
I was
wheelbarrows in my
unfair.
head because
I like the wheelbarrows of fire.
a wheelbarrow of fire. Wheelbarrows of Fire is a really good band name.
Yeah. Or what would
TM,
that film
TM,
be
TM.
about?
No one take it. Trademark.
New sports day event. Wheelbarrows of fire, children.
What could possibly go wrong? Anywho, this is why we don't do video episodes all the time, everyone, because the tangents are many. Um, so sometimes people and even cattle were led between two fires as kind of like a ritual of protection for the winter ahead before they were kind of, going into shelter. Um, Milk or bits of the harvest were left on doorsteps or at the edges of fields as offerings to Is she? Is she? That's
Easy.
spelled AOSSI. They are elf like creatures who are thought to live in the burial mounds,
Mm.
and they were given these offerings to keep them friendly, which sounds like a good idea. If something's living in burial mounds, maybe like throw them down some treaties.
Have you heard of the Cave of the Cats?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so that's
Why
the
aren't we there right
English.
now?
It's Irish name, I'm not sure of. I'm so sorry, Ireland. But the English version is Cave of the Cats, and that is essentially this sort of thing, but it's like there, I think there's some burial mounds there, but it is a cave which people say is like a portal to another world. And it's very like, Samhain heavy because of that, because it can be where you can pass through the veil from one side to the other at this time of year.
And
So
are
you
there
have
cats there, most
one
importantly?
of the stories involves many, many cats coming out of there, but there's different stories about different creatures coming out of this cave and devouring whatever is around. So this is at the end of the harvest, right? So it's like
Yeah,
devouring whatever's left on the trees, whatever's left in the fields, so that the earth is barren and bare for winter.
that's great. I love
Yeah.
it. I also want to go there and just wait outside of the cave and adopt all the cats that come out.
There's also some pigs. What else was there? Some sort of saffron colored bird, maybe
Well,
a
that
raven.
sounds pretty.
Yeah, it sounds very pretty. Yeah, like some of the creatures are like scary coded, but just sound genuinely gorgeous.
You look kind of like a little saffron tiger.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'd adopt you.
Thank you. You'd look after me so well if you
Oh,
adopted me.
well, my God.
I know how well you look after your other cat. So if I wasn't getting the same treatment,
Yeah,
there could be a
exactly.
strike on your hands, Lisa.
Anyway, back to business.
Anyway.
Samhain was also a night for playful fun, obviously, but even divination, which we love.
Hmm.
You might recognize some of the traditions. So, apples bobbed in tubs of water. So, and the first person to bite one might be the next to marry. I would not be participating in that particular um,
Also,
tradition.
like children are often the ones who play these games, and so I
Yes, but
wouldn't
back in
want
the Iron
to
Age, if you were 13 and unmarried, get with it.
on the shelf.
I say this with absolutely no solid knowledge of what age people married in the Iron Age, but I'm imagining it wasn't great.
Did they marry?
Hmm?
Did they marry in the Iron Age?
I don't know. Look, we'll have to Google it later. We are in the middle of a segment now.
Now is not the time.
Now is not the time. Um, there was also this really good divination tactic of they placed two nuts in a fire, like actual nuts, not just eccentric
No,
people.
yeah,
Um,
oh,
and
or
oh
euphemism
yeah,
for.
okay. So
So
they
actual
placed
nuts.
they placed actually two nuts in the fire, and it could foretell a relationship's fate. So if they
Oh,
burnt quietly together, the love would last. If they popped apart, so would the lovers.
that doesn't bode well, does it?
No,
No.
because it seems like maybe that's mostly what would happen.
But like to all the nuts.
Yeah, I would think that they would explode. I
Something
suppose.
wrong with the ones that don't.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. Okay.
Exactly.
There's also a lovely one that young women would peel apples just in a continuous coil, and then they would toss the owl.
Would they just hit their mushroom
They would just
hat
hit their
in the
mushroom
head
hats on.
there?
They would throw the apple skins over their shoulders to see the shape of their future lover's initials. So they would kind of try to see initials in that.
I feel like there is a natural bias towards S's there.
Yes.
Hello.
I was
Whereas I
going to say,
think an L would be quite hard to get, wouldn't
mm-hmm,
it? Yeah.
probably.
Want to
You're
try it
just
later and see if
pointing
you
out
get an
how I'm
S.
perpetually alone in this
No,
way.
I
Is
want
that
to
what you're
see if
saying
you
to?
throw it
Oh,
over your shoulder and get a little S there.
I
And I
mean,
go,
oh, hi.
yeah.
I'll just throw it directly into this here green screen. There's not actually
Wait,
a
let me
forest
check the
behind me.
forest
I'm
floor.
not recording from the forest floor. I've I'm very high
Really
tech.
committed to the bit, took
Yeah.
all of your equipment, camera, laptop, mic into the forest.
Flew across the world.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So by candlelight, the bravest people might gaze into a mirror at midnight, hoping to see a sweetheart's face or ominously a skull.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You
So,
know that thing where, like, apparently the face you have is the face you loved in a past life? Like, I think this is another Japanese folklore thing, which has become very popular on Instagram. But
oh,
essentially, the face you have is the face of your lover or like your soulmate in a previous life. And that's why you have the face that you loved.
that's
So you
nice.
get to see it all the time. Yeah, isn't that really
But
nice?
that just makes me sad that so many people are wanting to change their faces.
Yeah.
Hmm. Anyway, if you saw a skull in the mirror, it kind of would signal that death is near, which is not
Oh.
great. But the activity, these weren't like sinister, actual sinister activities. They were just fun, just
Yeah.
folk games and the thrill of magic. To keep safe while the spirits roamed close, people would wear disguises. So they, paint their faces black with soot, or they would dress in animal skins. Um, they
Mm.
turn their coats inside out, which I think is actually a pretty lame costume. And like, it's really not that hard to make a mushroom hat. So
Not 10 out of 10 for effort there.
exactly. But they also carried bits of iron. So iron was said to be protecting them from magic and spirits. They'd also carve grotesque faces into turnips to scare away wandering spirits, which we know now people use pumpkins.
Turnips
Is
do look scarier though, don't they?
turn turnips do look terrifying, and
Hmm.
we'll upload some photos to the Instagram
Mm.
of some that are actually like still in museums that are just really bad. The impulse to both invite and kind of outwit spirits gave rise to guising, which you're familiar with.
Yay.
In Scotland and Ireland, children and sometimes adults went house to house in costume, reciting verses or performing songs and doing tricks, kind of, in exchange for food and treats, even coins sometimes. And it was half blessing, but half mischief as well. So, how did Samhain morph into Halloween?
Oh, did
Well,
it?
in the 8th century, Christianity, not satisfied with leaving good enough alone, as it often is not, decided to change things up. Around 731, yeah, that's the year 731, Pope Gregory III dedicated a chapel at the St. Peter's Basilica to all the saints, all of them. So no one felt left
Okay.
out. If you're a saint, this is your this is your chapel.
What
And
about saints that come after? Is it retroactive?
I reckon they're just like it's a blanket
Cool.
saint chapel. Don't quote me. But he set a feast for November 1st. And a century later, Pope Gregory the Fourth, made that date official across the Western Church. Before that, there'd been a spring feast for the martyrs on May 13th, very close to my birthday. But November fit neatly with the existing seasonal customs, so they kind of kept it all there. So that's what is known now as All Saints' Day, November 1st. All Souls' Day on November 2nd. And the night before All Saints' Day, All Hallows' Eve, became Halloween.
Ooh.
It didn't so much like erase Samhain, but it kind of just absorbed it.
But it did become Halloween with an apostrophe, which has gone missing.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, justice for
Hello.
that apostrophe. Where is
Hello
it?
with an E at the end and then an apostrophe EN. And that's gone
Mm.
missing. Yeah.
It's gone missing.
Yeah. Well, we can
Yeah.
use it whenever we want.
I
We've
might
got
start
free
using it in
will.
other
We can
things.
chuck an
Hey,
apostrophe
if
wherever it.
Halloween's not using it, chuck it in
Oh,
somewhere else. Where do
and
you need
I'm
it?
sorry, but if someone's got a
Back
problem
to
with
ooh.
it, I think that's the least of problems with errant apostrophes in this world. Let's face it.
I like that we have a spare.
Yes. So the traditions of sewing continued, but they also morphed. In medieval England, there was a tradition of souling, where the poor people and children, and I'm guessing poor children, offered prayer, offered prayers for the dead in return for soul cakes. And soul
Hmm.
cakes, I was like, oh, what's a soul cake? And I looked up a
Yeah,
recipe, and I was thinking about making some. And then I was like, I actually don't think they'd be that good. They're just kind of like
no.
little biscuits with raisins and stuff. And it's not for
I
me.
think
And
the
you have to make a
best
cross in it.
one.
And being a Jew, I'm like, well, I don't know, like it's
Oh, but you could make ones with the Star of
with the
David.
Magen David. Jeez. Yeah. I could just not make them. I didn't really have
And just
time
not offend
anyway.
anybody with your biscuits. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. That's
We could just
also an
make we could
option.
just make some chocolate chip biscuits and call it a night. Uh so further north, guising remained strong, so around your neck of the woods, and with
Mhm.
masks, songs, and tricks that were traded for food or song, for
Well,
food
yeah,
or
you needed
coins.
to work for
Pardon
it.
me. You did
Mhm.
need to work for it. It's very Puritan work ethic. Um, Irish and Scottish migrants carried these customs over to America, North America, in the 19th century, where Halloween became something else entirely. It became a night of pure chaos. Newspapers from the early 1900s have stories of like pranks that involved, so like people soaping windows to make them like so you couldn't see through them, overturning
Oh my
outhouses,
God.
which I just think is such.
Oh no, who is that
It's so
benefiting?
bad. It's so bad.
Oh, that's dreadful.
And unhinging gates. So that's pretty tame. But the overturning of outhouses,
Oh, but
unacceptable.
no unhinging of gates actually, if there's a lot of livestock around, that
Oh
could
yeah,
be,
that's
yeah,
very
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
You're
That'll
actually you're
probably be
actually
why.
right.
Yeah, because like me in London, I'm like unhinging of a gate. I'm like, all right,
All right.
gangster. But no, okay,
it
cool.
was it was it
With
seems like it
you.
was
I'm
pretty
with
pretty
you.
bad.
It was a thing.
It
Yeah.
was a whole thing. By the 1920s and 30s, towns began organizing community parties to tame the vandalism. So they were like, we've got to give people an outlet. So we're going to formalize this.
We're going to embrace the
We're
chaos.
going to embrace the chaos and we're going to tame
Hmm.
it. Um,
Mm.
and so the phrase trick or treat first appeared in print in 1927 in Alberta, Canada. And after World War II, with sugar rationing lifted and candy companies thriving, the phrase became a promise. No tricks if there are treats.
So,
Blackmail.
yeah, negotiations. Negotiating with terrorists. That's all that
Exactly.
is.
That's what that is. The jack-o'-lantern tradition came straight from Ireland and Scotland, but instead of the turnips, there were pumpkins in
Uh-huh.
the New World. So they carved them into the pumpkins to ward off evil, and then they would put candles in them and stuff. And so you've got your like traditional jack-o'-lantern. So nice. In the US, immigrants. Well, nope, that's actually just what I said. And see, this is the bit that you miss out on when I've edited it out all nice and pretty. But you just have to say that. Anyway, pretend I edited that out. The Irish National Museum still holds eerie ghost turnip lanterns that are nothing less than terrifying.
How
Um,
old are these turnips?
they're old. I don't know how
Oh,
old, but they're old. We'll give that a Google too, but we'll put it in our Instagram. So go to
because
Instagram at Are We Witches, and
how
you'll be able
long
to see that.
how long can a turnip last is really my question.
This is I don't know. Do I look like a turnip
Is
expert
it,
to
or
you?
is it actually Ghost of a Turnip and it's like an empty cabinet and like here was a turnip for 100 years? Sorry you missed it. But that is truly, it's like it's a perishable item and this is the end.
Yeah, but I think they probably, I don't know, maybe they just have them
Some
vacuum
hairspray or
sealed.
something.
I mean,
Vacuum
hairspray.
sealed.
Yeah, the
Not
Irish National
hairspray.
Museum just gets
It's
Aquanet
a
and
hairspray out. I'll hold that together.
please don't start working in a museum. Okay. Okay.
Can I be in charge of the turnips? Oh.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway,
Oh my goodness. So speaking of museums, I'm sorry, but I have become
okay.
obsessed with the Louvre, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
Like
there was
who
that break
hasn't?
in.
And we were talking about it at
Well, it
work
wasn't
and
so
I
much
was
a break in, was it? It was just a daytime heist. The
It's
balls.
amazing. Well, we were talking about this at work and the CCTV camera immediately stopped working and it was like, oh, there they go. I know. I know.
This is very, very spooky
Very
indeed.
spooky. Very spooky.
Back to my story.
Mhm.
For centuries, Halloween disguises were handmade, much like my hatch.
Mhm. Yeah, much like mine isn't.
But they were pretty simple, like classic sheets draped over, the heads with eyes cut out for ghosts.
Classic ghost, yeah.
Yeah. During the
Hmm.
Depression and in wartime, people were especially thrifty. So they used paper masks, pillowcases, cardboard, whatever they had available. Then in the 1930s, companies like Ben Cooper Incorporated began mass producing costumes. And they were mostly like lightweight masks and printed smocks, like with, devils and skeletons, cartoon characters. But by the 1950s, Halloween was truly starting to be capitalized in a major way. Costumes started to mirror the superheroes of the time, and just other kind of cultural obsessions. Film stars,
Hmm.
superheroes, cartoon characters, they were all there and they were made into, mass produced costumes. But there was
Uh-huh.
always one classic costume for the girls. What was it?
What was it? Was it a witch?
It was a witch. It was a witch.
Yay!
So her pointed hat, the broom, the black dress, big nose, all of it solidified by early modern woodcuts and Victorian fairy tale art. Some have suggested, as we discussed in Are We Witches Embodied, that it could be hearkening to alewives' trade hats,
Mm.
or the medieval Judenhut, so the Jewish hat,
Hmm.
which is an interesting and really, really problematic
Are
thing
we
that we'll
witches
talk
under
about.
the influence? Was that the
Was
one
that
of the
one?
ale hats, the
Oh,
alewives?
was that okay? That was under the influence.
Mm.
Apologies. We've just done
Mm.
so many episodes. Um, but historians really treat those ideas as just conjecture. Like they don't think that really is where it came from. But what's certain is that print culture and mass media gave rise to the witch's quintessential silhouette. You know, like
Yeah.
what a witch is.
Yeah.
But her green skin, that was something else entirely, and that is pure Hollywood. In The Wizard of Oz, that was made in 1939, makeup artist Jack Journe painted Margaret Hamilton's face green because he wanted, it to really pop in Technicolor, because
Uh-huh.
obviously that was a huge moment in film
Yeah.
when that goes from the black and white to the Technicolor. And so
Hmm.
everything had to just be a little extra. So they gave her green skin. And that look stuck. And so every kind of costume since, owes something to that shade. But
Uh,
there's a bit of a side note story about this. Um, that makeup was really poisonous. So it
Um,
contained copper oxide, which is a highly toxic compound. Uh, and it also reacts terribly with heat. Now,
oh,
there's a scene in The Wizard of Oz where the Wicked Witch of the is it the Wicked Witch of the West?
Wicked Witch of the West,
Yes.
yeah.
So she disappears in this puff of smoke. And
Was that
in
real?
Yeah, but there was like on the set there was a trapdoor, and so the trapdoor was supposed to open, and she dropped down, and then this kind of smoke. Oh God, I keep doing that. Can't gesticulate wildly with this thing on. And she was supposed to just disappear in this kind of puff of fire and smoke, but the trapdoor didn't open, and she caught on fire, and the makeup reacted with said flames and melted into her skin. She had second and third degree burns. She couldn't work for weeks. She was
Oh
hospitalized.
my God.
And just incidentally, also the Tin Man's makeup was also full of aluminium dust, which the original actor, because the actor who's in the movie is not the original Tin Man actor, because the original Tin Man actor breathed in the aluminium dust and became terribly, terribly, deathly ill. Um, but we're not talking Tin Men, we are talking witches.
Yeah, and Witches on Fire
Uh,
reminds me brilliantly, actually, of these witch demons because
okay.
while that archetype was developed in the West, where we've got that silhouette, where we understand it, the idea of the witch has developed separately in different parts of the world, and it's
Mm-hmm.
often as a cryptid, sort of like a creature which people, dispute the reality of, the validity of. So, unicorns and Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster, and some of these witch demons as well,
Oh
which
my
I'm
God,
going
tell
to
me,
tell
tell me,
you
tell me.
about. So I think actually we should just quit our jobs and become cryptozoologists and
Right.
start like looking, maybe not for some of these because they're scary, but like, a Bigfoot or a Loch Ness Monster, I do. Anyway, the Sukiyon in Caribbean folklore is this vampiric creature, and she takes the form of an old woman by day, and
Mm-hmm.
then sheds her skin at night and takes on the form of a fireball that soars through the sky. So very
So
Wicked Witch of the West.
she's not wearing green makeup.
But she flies across the sky as a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's meant to be, incredibly terrifying and scary as it would be, but it's also able to creep into your house. This huge fireball can get very small and get
Mm.
into any sort of crevice or keyhole even and creep into your house. And what the Sukion does is she preys on her unsuspecting neighbors as they sleep and she sucks their blood.
Ew,
Just like
wow.
in yeah, and just like so many different vampires would,
Does she
this
have
would,
vampiric teeth?
so it's very hard to imagine her as anything other than fire. She
Okay.
must have something to like be able to suck blood out of people, but it's this sort of like amorphous shape, bursts into flames, and then it's not quite human when it's sucking the blood of other people is the thing. And this will probably kill you if you're attacked by a Sukyon, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, I'd
as
say,
it would with most vampires, but it can also turn you into one. You know, the whole vampire thing.
wow,
This could
okay, yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
your
yeah, yeah. If it
Sukyon
doesn't kill
origin
you, it
story.
literally makes you stronger.
Well, Sukyons are very strong, very
Uh-huh.
devilish, but they do have their weak points. So some
Okay.
of them actually might want to steal your skin if they're looking for a new skin. If they kill you, they could steal your skin and that could be their
Only
new
human.
identity. Well, I know, look at you. Who couldn't? Like, who wouldn't want to? But this is the thing with their wrinkled skin. It gets so wrinkled
Okay.
because they're taking the skin on and off all the time. That's why it's typically an old
Oy
woman who would
vey.
be suspected, right? That's why sometimes they'll be looking for a new skin. So maybe it could be a younger woman or man, who knows?
Wow.
Yeah. So essentially, every night they collect the blood of their victims to
Hmm.
barter with demons for more evil power. That seems to be the name of the game. So they are looking to become more powerful. And if they don't hide their skin suit while they're out doing their evil
I
business and
don't like
somebody,
skin suit as a word.
well, do you like that they keep it in a mortar? Because I felt that was very Baba
It's very
Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, very Baba Yaga. That's where they keep it apparently. And if
Okay.
somebody finds it while they're not wearing it, they can add salt and pepper, which will be agony to the Sukiyon, and they'll perish apparently if you add enough. Just in a frenzy, a fit of screaming. And so if you don't destroy them, they'll be in such agony that their neighbors will be able to spot them anyway for the screaming. I
It's so
know.
scary.
Yeah, if you wanted to try, well, you could wait until dawn if you thought one was in your midst, because again, very vampiric. Like could be killed by the rising sun.
Oi,
That could definitely
okay.
be a thing. Or if you wanted to trap one, you could scatter rice on your doorstep and windowsills, because apparently they're a bit OCD and they will not be able to get past the rice without counting every single grain, and so they'll get trapped there. This will give the neighbors enough time to notice something strange is going on. And what is it that they do? Oh, at dawn, if neighbors catch her doing this, they can beat her to death or drop her into a vat of boiling tar or oil.
Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Witch
Yeah,
stew.
they could add the rice.
You, in modern days, you can pop her in an air fryer. Much
That
quicker.
would be so much better for the heart as well, much
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Anyway, have you heard of La Lechuza by any chance? La Lechuza?
Is
This
it
is one from the States. So I was thinking you
Lalakusa?
might know. I thought it was Lechuza. Is it Lechuza?
Is it CH?
It is CH, but it's
Or maybe it's
Spanish, so I thought it was
Lechuza. Like I actually don't know. No, but
Lechuza.
long story short, no, I've not heard it.
La Lechuza. Well, this is from the borderlands between Mexico and South Texas, and the locals say it's the devil's spirit sent to punish. And it's really interesting how this is developed, who it's sent to punish, because like we see with so much folklore, traditionally, it could be a bit maybe picking on marginalized groups, maybe, or solo travelers, people who are alone. And now, because it's a shapeshifter who can transform between a human and a bird, it's seen as sort of a woman taking vengeance on men who have wronged either her or other women. Yeah. Anyway, the woman is someone who is wronged by her community in all legends and turns into a monstrous owl to take revenge. Her wingspan is wider than a man is tall. She has glowing red eyes and a cry that sounds like a baby.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
it's
scariest part, if I'm honest. The part where
okay.
oh.
So this might not get you then because it's the baby's cry that lures people out of sight. Because the lechuza,
The
really doubting
I reckon
myself
it's probably
now,
Lechuza. You're
La
probably right.
lechuza, um, she likes to pick off people when they're alone. She carries them away with her talons, essentially. So it would be the baby's cry that people go to investigate, and usually it's children or drunk men traditionally who were carried off by this. But if you're creeped out by a solo baby crying, maybe it won't work for you. If you hear a random baby crying at
I
night,
kind of don't want
maybe
to
it won't
incriminate
work.
myself by saying I wouldn't go to investigate the sound of a crying child.
Well, maybe not in the borderlands between Mexico and South Texas
I
for
mean,
this
I don't
reason,
know.
but
Look,
otherwise.
you probably won't find me there if I'm quite honest.
Well, maybe if we're doing any cryptozoology, perhaps then it would be our duty to go and investigate together.
Could she carry two of us off at once if we like
No, she
held on
only
to each
does.
other like
If we were in a couple's costume for Halloween and we were in
yes.
like one costume, two for the price of one, a
Now
bog
get a
off.
long shirt.
She is. her appearance is a bad omen,
Okay.
and so she's often spotted at a house before something terrible happens.
It's
Yeah,
giving
if you
Mothman.
like Mothman,
Yeah, you've heard of the Mothman.
I've not heard of the Mothman.
Okay, we'll speak about it off air.
Are you assuming that all of our listeners have heard of the
But
Mothman?
I guarantee you they have.
Okay,
There was a whole movie about it.
okay. When? Is this like out now in cinemas now? Okay, sorry.
Mothman is like it was in the States, this creature that looked like actually quite with the glowing eyes and the wings and the this and that
Oh,
appeared
creepy
before
fellow.
tragedies like bridge collapses and whatnot. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
it
So
could be our
I
guy.
reckon it is.
Yeah. I mean, it does say this is often an old woman, but like with all tales, it's the ability to change them in folklore and mythology, which makes them so relevant. Anyway,
Exactly.
um, people still report seeing her, flaps at the window and shadows darting across the night sky. And folklorists really do think it's a way to explain the unexplainable, essentially, like with missing children, odd animal behavior, strange deaths in tight-knit towns. It's good to have another monstrous presence to blame
Of
all of
course.
that on. Especially going back before the Mothman, it would be about, the danger of the roles of women, because this would be a woman who is able to take on this power and seek revenge on who
Hmm.
she saw fit.
Yeah.
Drunk men.
It, I got no notes.
Moving to the Philippines, we have the aswang, which is an umbrella term for various mythical shapeshifters, ghouls, vampires, and witches included. Have you heard of the aswang?
No,
No, so
but
they hunt by
and I'm
night
gonna
as
try not to
well,
giggle
commonly
uncontrollably at that name.
aswang. Well, they like to feed on human flesh as well.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mm.
oh, but they especially like pregnant women.
Oh,
And yes,
okay. Say no more.
babies therein. I know. I don't like that at all.
No, I don't like it.
It is horrible. They've got various different like shapes that they take. So sometimes they've got the proboscis tongue, like the straw-like tongue, which can sort
Hmm.
of like a lot of insects have. They can use that to suck blood out of their victims. Sometimes they're depicted as having giant bat wings. What they like to do is they confuse their prey with a ticking noise at night. And this ticking noise starts off quite loud, but it gets quieter as it gets closer to lure their prey into a false sense of security. So people think that it's getting
That
further
is
away from them.
diabolical, but also
Uh-huh.
really, really clever.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Fortunately, they're very unlikely to attack anyone during their day because that's when they're at their weakest. All of
Okay.
these monsters seem to not be solar powered. I don't know. It's like the opposite of seasonal affective disorder or whatever. That is not them. They are here for the longer nights. So, because they're a little bit weaker, they take on a physical appearance of a person during the day, and usually a beautiful young woman with long black hair, which can be
Oh,
another way of luring men, especially to their deaths at night. Yeah, so
okay.
the other side of it, you've got your old woman and your young woman,
Damned if
all
you
are
do, damned if you
guilty
don't.
as per. So during the day, if it's, if you suspect perhaps you are with an asswang, there are some telltale signs. Very bloodshot eyes. Do you think an asswang would like to put their nuts in the
Sorry.
fireplace? During the day, bloodshot eyes,
Okay.
and their feet are flipped backward. So,
Oh my
there are
God.
little signs,
Yeah, so like
little
really,
signs.
yeah. I mean, that's not a
Yeah.
very good disguise if your feet are on fully backwards.
This one's a little bit like vaguer. They hate loud noises and bright lights, but that could be just like, anyone with a hangover after
Yeah.
a night out, like
I
doesn't
famously don't
necessarily
like an
make you
overhead light.
guilty.
So,
Yeah, it's very rude lighting, isn't it?
yeah, very rude.
Yeah. And if you manage to look deep into their eyes, if you're up that close and personal, your reflection will be upside down.
Oh, in there. Yeah, wait,
Yeah. You
isn't
look in
it?
your eyes, your reflection will be upside down.
But isn't it kind of, don't we kind of do that anyway? Like, isn't there a thing where like
If you were to see,
we would
I
see
wish
things
we
up
could
and
look
our
into each
brain
other's
like
eyes
flips them the right
deeply
way?
right now. I think there is something like that, but I think if I was looking to check my reflection in your eyes, I would see myself the right way up, unless I was an asswang. I
Or
think. I don't know. I'm
if I
desperate to
were a
check.
Naswang, oh,
If you were an asswang, I would be upside down if I was checking my reflection.
also just don't look very closely.
But now I want to check with somebody immediately, but
No, no,
maybe we're surrounded.
you'd be right side up. You'd be right side up, but there's
Oh,
just
I'd be
something.
imagine if you weren't.
uh, Can you
I'm on
imagine?
identity crisis.
Yeah.
So there's also a common herbal remedy made by witch doctors, an
Mm,
albiluria soil, and in the presence of aswangs in the Philippines, that will boil when they are near.
okay.
Yeah, so treatment will boil when they are near. Is the thing as well.
Okay.
So there will be, you can figure it out, but I think
Yeah.
we should go hunting for them.
Do I have to?
No, you don't
Can't we
have
just go to a
to.
bar?
No, but I think I'm getting very into the idea of cryptozoology as I decide that I don't want to do anything else with my life. So it's not so much that I necessarily think that we will find all of them, but I think we'll have a great time.
I mean, yeah, the search would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. If anyone from work's watching, I quit.
But yeah,
We're starting a new.
alternatively, we could just go to a bar. That sounds easier.
Well, we could just go to like a Halloween party.
See how many we could spot. Oh my God, we
Exactly.
could go as cryptozoologists to the next Halloween party, hiding behind the couch, behind the
That's
house
actually
plant,
that's right. Like
like old
binoculars.
safari style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the
Okay,
costume.
cool.
So
Mm,
speaking,
that's very of modern Halloween,
it is
isn't
a
it?
very
Yeah, that's
yeah,
spirit where we are now with
where we
the
are.
westernized, Americanized ideal.
Yeah, well, we do so much still of the old stuff, like, lighting the
Mm.
candles and the jack-o'-lanterns. Well, not me particularly, but people do. Um, and we wear masks. We, turn ourselves into something else. And trick or treating is now pretty well organized. Like I know that in neighborhoods, like people pre-register their house as a safe house to go to when there's trick or treating. So, it's very 2025, kind of the
I
safety
didn't
of it
know that
all.
at all.
Mm. Yeah, it can be really orderly, really like
All right.
it's,
And
a
that's
little
probably
less.
for the best.
It
Like
probably,
having
well,
just
particularly
read through that list of monsters, probably for the best.
because it's not really, I guess, so ingrained in our culture yet that people are willing to, kind of go to just some random house. But you can usually see when there are Halloweeny type people putting something on because they'll, have the decorations. Um, and I've yet to see a trick being played. You know,
Huh.
I haven't
Okay.
seen it happen. So
Dance
it
tricks.
feels like it's a little more, based in fun rather than any kind of idea of, a changing of a season, particularly here where, of course, we're in spring, not autumn. Quite often it'll be quite warm at Halloween. So, everyone's got their sexy duds on and, feeling really nice. But the theme of transitional kind of liminal space or like liminal existence and transformation endures. I mean, that's still
Mhm.
really at the part of it. Like am not a mushroom in everyday life. I do wish to be one. And so this feels really good for me because I'm like, oh, I'm getting to be something I've always wanted to be. Um,
Hmm.
and for that one night, you can be anything. This Halloween, I guess, doing this research, I'm seeing things a little bit differently. I'm thinking
Mm.
about, these 2 millennia of layering, kind of the bonfires on the hillsides
Hmm.
of Scotland and Ireland, and
Yeah.
then kind of, All Saints Day and all that kind of like religious
Hmm.
stuff, like immigrants and folklore and Technicolor makeup, Hollywood, the spooky yuki yuki witches, the capitalization of it, like these mass produced costumes that you just see
Yeah.
everywhere.
Hmm.
And they're all, part of this beautiful, fun night, which really it is at its core now. And I think that's fine. I don't think that we all have to be like, oh, it came from here, it came from there, but it's really interesting to know. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm also thinking about how to connect with ancient origins, to kind of, yes, it is all a bit fun and frivolous and cutesy, but it's also really nice to kind of immerse yourself in those traditions, to think about that this time between harvest and the dark
Mm.
part of the year. And it's just kind of, to me, another way to greet it. Um, and also, I think we've spoken a lot about, seasonal depression, which hi. Um, but it's almost like for me, almost like a way to make peace with that when you have these traditions around that time where it's coming. It's just a way to make peace with the dark. And kind of flirt a little bit with spookiness and danger and the unknown. And we can keep the Samhain fire burning in our hearts.
Hmm.
But even if
Yeah.
it's just, like a little candle in a jack-o'-lantern, I think it's just a really, it's nice to think about that connection. I
I
love it.
think so. I think it's really nice to keep the fire burning as it gets darker.
Mm-hmm.
But I also really enjoy the recognition that we cannot quite get rid of the monstrous and we want to, in some way, reckon with it, even if it's just one day a year where we dress up as something scary.
Exactly. I love Halloween. Big fan.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh, no, wait.
Welcome to Show and Spell.
It's time for show and spell. No. Is it? Yes.
Yes.
It is late. It is like 20 past 11 here. So that's my
Mhm.
excuse. And also, I might have had a glass of wine.
Which will definitely help the magic we're about to create together. Going back to
Mm-hmm.
our favorite form of practicing magic together, looking at some Mancy's or a new
Mancy's.
Mancy's, save the world, a
It's
new
Mancy
Mancy for
time.
us. Harkening back to Samhain
Mm-hmm.
and the traditions you were describing earlier about, like they seem to be very romance based, trying to figure out what the name of your lover to
Future
be,
love will
your
be.
future love would be from peeling fruit. Are we going to, with the fruits we have here,
I have an
are,
apple.
are you going to be going for like a future love's name? Is that what you are going to try and divine from the peeled skin
It
of
just
that apple?
disappears as I throw it. It just evaporates into thin air.
It's like you've already eaten that. Oh, like what?
Oh,
Am
what?
I going what?
I don't know. I mean, I guess why not? It can't hurt, you know?
Sure, I'll do the same.
Because then if it
But like I do
happens, wouldn't
think,
that be amazing?
but it's got to be somebody with like a squiggly, so it's like S's are up there. What else could it be?
Oh,
Like Oliver,
Otto.
Sam. Otto, Sarah.
Um, could be like
Could
a
be a C. Could be a C.
Curtis.
Curtis. Let's see. Are you going to be able to peel that entire apple in one go?
I think, you know, my grandmother used to use a paring knife and she would do that with an apple. She would,
Uh-huh.
you
She
know,
would do
do the
it all
whole
in one.
all
It's
in
very
one.
impressive.
It's so impressive. Now, I'm not going to use a paring knife because, like I mentioned, I have had a glass of wine and I don't, while you have fake
No
blood,
more
I
heavy
don't want to
equipment.
introduce real blood
Fake?
to the
How dare you?
situation. Sorry. She's actually been like
I am
slicing at her
the
face
real
in
ghost
the
of a
breaks.
real tiger who sometimes bleeds from
Do
old
you-
scars.
Speaking of, I just realized that maybe this could be counted. Now, what's the mancy with fruit? What's it?
That is called pomatomancy.
Pomatomancy. So we're going to indulge in some
Pomatomancy.
pomatomancy now.
Hmm.
Um, but I was wondering, I don't know if you did this, but we used to say if you have the little stem on your apple, if you twist it and you go A, B, C, D, and when it breaks, that's the initial of your
Oh my God,
future
so you
love.
need to do that first and then see if you
Oh
also
my
get the
gosh.
same initial.
All
Or if
right.
it's two separate initials, full name. We know what we're working with.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah, I'm going to try and peel this mandarin all in one go. I specifically got an easy peeler from the supermarket, so if I don't, this will be very embarrassing, but I'm going for it all in
Okay.
one.
So A,
Smells amazing.
B, C, D, E, F, G, G.
G, Graham, Grant, Jerry with a G,
Giraffe.
Gary. Sorry.
Sorry, no offense, Gary's.
No offense, Gary's.
Gareth.
Gareth.
I'll go with
Could be
Gareth.
called Gary for short.
Yep.
Okay, I'm
All right.
going for it. I'm going to
Yeah,
try and get
and I'm going to
one.
peel mine in one as well. A little bit of ASMR for everyone.
Layer one.
Peeling away. Is this good television? I don't know.
I'm so
Usually I'd put like a
absorbed
little
in that.
in here.
Oh, we can do one.
A transitional
Ding,
sound.
ding, ding, ding.
I think my grandmother would be very proud, but she'd be like, you absolute. Oh my God.
Do you think your grandmother would be proud of me getting an easy peeler?
Yeah.
Specifically for this reason.
Okay.
Okay, this is going okay. You've got it. Oh my goodness.
I'm
That looks a bit
incredibly.
like a G at the bottom.
I
It's got a
think
bit
you're.
of a,
I like
sorry,
this.
am I too keen?
Well, I just think you may be supposed to make a spiral out of it or something.
That's not the way this has gone. This is going to be
Because
more of
like it's just gonna
what do you call those ink blot
oh,
tests?
a
The
Rorschach.
yeah, that's what this is going to be. We may be able to interpret something of my
Okay.
future lover's
Yalapa.
occupation or character
I just
or
realized I'm not gonna want to eat this
shadow.
apple right now. So
So we're looking for a man that looks something like this.
Quelle physique. Oh,
Or,
wow.
or that looks like
T.
the ghost from
It
Ghostbusters.
does look like the ghost from Ghostbusters.
It's got the hair and
Oh
everything.
my
Oh no, it's a bit
gosh.
Trumpian, isn't it? Okay, I'm switching it.
I think
That's
it's
like
a
the,
T.
you think it's a T.
I mean,
Yeah,
what
there's a
else?
definite
What other
T in
letter is
there.
it?
X,
Oh
Max,
yeah, Xavier,
yeah, yeah,
Xander.
Xander. So we've got a T or an X.
Okay, T or an X. T
That's it.
Rex.
I'll get on the apps.
Okay. And am I supposed to? I can't throw this because there's a, as I said before, a green screen.
Maybe if
Right.
you throw it on the desk
Okay.
and see how it unfolds.
Okay. Future love, future love.
It was a very satisfying splat.
Was I don't know that it looks like. There is an S in there for sure, as anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a photograph. I'll try to. My desk's a bit messy. Sorry. Um, but I'm going to take it from a few angles. Oh, nope, that's not. Oh, God, this isn't good television.
I'm very
Um,
keen to see what this sort of S looks like.
okay, so let me open the photographs. Okay, so here you can see a pretty defined S.
That's beautiful. That looks like a work of art.
Well, I am an artiste after all.
Okay, that is a definite S in there.
There is an O.
Oh, this is like beautiful. How, what?
I don't know that there's any particular
I can't believe you said your desk was a mess and like this is the quality of photograph we're getting from your homomancy. Unbelievable. I think there's a bit of a B going on in there. Like it's sort of an eight, like on the left
SOB.
hand
Yeah,
side.
that's on. Yeah, that's 100% on brand for me.
Can't wait to meet him.
SOB.
Um, SOB.
I mean, potentially a G. I mean, I think I've got the mirror
SOG is
thing
probably
on too,
worse.
so you have to kind of,
Hmm. I think
yeah.
there could be an E in there with the bottom curve, a lowercase e.
Hmm. Well, I think the S and the O seem to be
They stood out. They were definitely
they
the
stood
strongest.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the S and the O.
So son
So
of a mystery.
son of a
Oh,
mystery.
beautiful. Right.
Okay, and so
So
you've got a T or an X.
a T or an X. And I was also told that when you peel an orange in the
Uh-huh.
winter, you should inhale like its oils from the skin. Well, and like I can definitely smell them, but it's sort of like a way of connecting with all that solar power of the summer that's just passed, like that sunlight
Oh,
harvested in the fruit.
I
And so
like it.
yeah,
I just
and
love the smell
it's
of
smelling
a
great.
peeled
Oh,
orange or
it's
mandarin.
smelling so
Mm,
good.
so good.
It's smelling good. You have some candy wrappers as
We have,
well.
yes.
Yes. I did
So
not have candy wrappers.
you couldn't find any vegan candy, is that right? That was in
I
wrappers.
found some vegan candy, but it was, yes, without wrappers.
What
So
is
I'm going
what's
to
it?
do,
What are we
I'm
talking? What's this candy you have? Is a cat on there? Oh,
Candy
kittens.
Kittens is the
Candy
brand,
kitten.
not a sponsor. Could be a
Could be.
sponsor. And so we've got wild strawberry gourmet sweets here. That's one of them.
Mm.
And this one I got just because I really like the name and I was hoping there might be some interesting shapes. Wanderlust.
Ooh, gourmet
Yeah.
chews.
So I was thinking of just, sprinkling a few here on this here
And
spider
I've
web
just got,
plate.
I just was at Coles and grabbed some Cadbury favorites. I'm not
Perfect.
I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like none of these except for cherry ripe are,
I
as a matter of
think
fact, my
you should
favorite.
work with Cherry Ripe
Yeah.
exclusively tonight. Get two
It's
or three of those out. Get the
two
candy
or
wrap.
three.
Well, I mean, because if you're just doing one, it's not interacting with anything else. Or can you really only manage one? Are you like, no, I'm not eating all of my favorite candy
It is
now just because I
11:30
want
p.m. I feel like
irresponsible.
it could go really wrong.
Even on Halloween,
I'm like,
irresponsible. Okay, I'm going to just scatter some of these out
okay.
on my plate
So what
here
am I
and
supposed to do? I'm
fry the
supposed to
room.
open it, crinkle it up, and just chuck it down and see what's
Yeah,
what.
chuck it down and see what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is sort of like a candomancy. I'm not sure if there's a name for this.
Candy Mancy.
Confectionamancy, candymancy.
Sugar Mancy. Mansos.
Ooh.
You know how all sugar's got an os at the end. All right, I'm
Oh,
doing two
they are
and
very
two only.
satisfying. Um, yeah, me too.
Is
Okay.
this, can you hear that?
Oh, that is such a good sound.
That plastic.
Okay, I'm scrying the runes. I'm scrying.
Okay. So I'm supposed to just, what, like,
And then, yeah, I hope they make an interesting shape.
and what, then I just, what, put them on the desk?
Yeah, and
Do I
I'm
have to
going
be
to
thinking of something? Am I like,
shake up my candy.
what are we looking
Are
for?
we stay? Do we stay with the love thing? Could do. It's a classic.
It is a
I
classic.
personally don't give a fuck at the moment.
Girl same.
So, okay. Mhm.
Uh, things for the 2026 predictions.
Oh, but this is also technically the new year, right? According to the Jewish calendar,
I mean, yeah,
right?
pretty
Like
recently.
that's pretty recent, and
Okay.
that's okay. Okay, so for the new year, for the next year ahead.
This is tricky.
Hmm.
You're much
I
better
have
at scrying.
what I think are two cats together. I'll have to take a picture for you.
Do you have two cats to get in the cat shaped
I think they're
candy?
cats. Yeah, but like also, even as I say that, I'm doubting myself, and they could not be cats. They could be something else.
I don't know that I'm really getting anything, Sarah, if I'm quite honest. I'm going to take photos and I'm going to show you because you are definitely the scryer of the situation.
Thank you. But I'm not really getting anything from my side, so we might have gone a bit further with the traditional fruit.
I think
So
so. Because
that's
to
what's
me,
happening.
I mean, there's a bit of a butterfly going on here.
Oh, I see a bit of like yeah, butterfly definitely, but the other one is very like a bird about to
Yeah, I
take
was going to
flight
say, like, or a duck.
Nessie, sort of just sort of her long neck
Oh, you mean
coming
the
up
Loch
above.
Ness monster, speaking of cryptids.
Yeah, Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, definitely the butterfly on the left-hand
So a
side. I wonder
butterfly
what
and Loch Ness monster in 2026. Mark my words, people.
look.
You heard it here first on Are We Witches? Loch Ness monster uncovered.
Butterfly
Butterflies everywhere. Okay.
Butterflies, if we're talking about like reading for you personally, that's all about transformation. So that's a brilliant follow-on from the Tower card,
This is
right?
why we need you here.
And the Loch Ness Monster representing mysteries and the depth and things we haven't understood yet. So that's like following on from your last, well, the last tower reading we did together. Not a million miles away, Candy Wrapper.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? You're so good at this.
It's a gift.
You're
I
such an
no,
intuitive tiger.
but thank you. But you do definitely need to come over here and visit the haunted house I work at because I've
Yes.
been there with people now who like have the gift, as I'm sure you do. And yeah, they feel stuff. But I feel more like I feel more from the spirits when they're nearby as well. It's so funny.
Right.
Anyway, that's what I got. What do you make of that? That's the two cats I was talking about. What I think are two cats.
Oh, right, 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 right,
I see
right.
them. Oh,
Oh
maybe
my
that's like at the
goodness.
bottom. At the bottom there, that could be a wee monster trying to make it ashore. So that could be the Loch Ness monster, the mysterious, the depth, trying to make itself known.
I see, well, I kind of see like in the one where there's two together, almost like a girl or woman in profile, kind of
Oh.
floating along. Do you see what I mean? Like, oh, I love how I always think that if I point to the screen that you can see what I'm
Are
pointing
we
at.
talking about these two together? That
No,
there's
no,
like a
no,
girl
no,
in
no.
profile
At the
on this
bottom.
side,
No,
at the
no, no.
bottom
The middle
side.
one, the bottom one.
Mi-
It almost looks like she's got like a little bit of a bob at the back.
Oh,
Do you see what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Like
like,
she's
and almost
walking
like a
into the
bit
web,
ghostly. Well, I don't think she's walking. I think she's floating.
the bit ghostly.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you look at the groups of two on top, it's almost
Hmm.
like there's it's like a road, almost like a road's being crossed. So there's some kind of
There's
like
a
if you imagine the
path.
line, yeah, like crossing a path, a time of well, transition again, right? So that movement from one thing to the other, crossing a road.
Oh my God, amazing.
Am
Thank you,
I
Candy.
I mean, thank you,
Oh.
Candy. um,
I mean, thank you
mm,
also, Orange, which obviously I'll also be eating.
mm. Cherry ripe. I gotta say, Cadbury, not a sponsor. Could be.
Could be a sponsor. I mean, they have some competition, but don't let
Good
that
job
frighten
on the
you,
cherry ripe,
Cadbury's.
mate. Yum, cherry ripe. Big fan.
Mm, delicious divination session. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Well
Mm.
done. Oh my God. All right, well, let's not eat on camera. Magic for the masses. It's magic for the masses time.
Yes,
The
time
last
for
segment of the
everyone
show.
and time for everyone to get involved with a little bit of magic you can do at
Yes,
home.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. This week we're going to keep it very, very simple because this is just a fun little episode and our first foray into into video podcasting. My head is incredibly sore. This thing is so heavy.
You've
Um,
committed so well to the bit. You've looked glorious throughout. It has been so worth it.
I've got to shout out my father actually because um he helped me. I don't know if I said this earlier. I can't remember now, but he started this project for me when I started panicking because I realized I wasn't going to have a costume. So, um, on Friday while I was working, he started and made the frame of this, and then I put the rest of it together. But that was really helpful. So, shout out to my papa, Izzy. You're a legend.
MVP this week.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anyway, so for Magic for the Masses, this is where we prescribe some magic to our listeners,
Mm-hmm.
or some kind of ritual or practice. And this week, this episode, because we don't do this weekly, this episode, it's all about just the fun of Halloween, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Watch some scary movies, some spooky movies, eat some candy, some sweets, some popcorn, play some games like we've been playing.
Yes.
Dress up, have fun, do
If
Halloween.
if it's safe for you to do so, have a bonfire. Maybe, indulge in
Yeah,
some Samhain.
go
I
in,
still can't
go
say
in.
it. So, some Samhain rituals and traditions, and have a little think
Yeah.
back to that. And just
Have a
have it.
sleepover, have a slumber party. tell ghost stories at night with like a torch underneath your chins and yeah, have
But
fun.
but just mostly have a really happy Halloween.
Yes, have a happy Halloween, everybody.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us for our first video episode. We don't know what regularity we'll be putting these out um, because most of the time we are not dressed up and makeup and everything. We are usually in pajama jams. But that's not to say we can't have a pajama party video episode. But please, as always, rate, review, and share if you can. And thanks for being here. Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time with Are We Witches in True Crime.
Amazing. I mean, we can just keep the spookiness just going a little bit longer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll
Thank you,
see you in 2
everyone.
weeks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
If you've enjoyed today's podcast, please subscribe, rate, review, and share. It really does help.
This episode of Are We Witches was produced by Sarah Drummond and Lisa Marmur, edited by Lisa Marmur. Follow us on Instagram at Are We Witches and email us at arewewitches@gmail.com.